Have you ever stood in the shower washing your hair and suddenly look down at your hands and realize that clump of hair sitting there is way bigger than what you're used to? That's exactly how this started for me. Today, I am sharing the truth about my thinning hair in menopause, what I noticed, what I tried, how it made me feel, and what I've learned along the way. Because yes, the science matters, but so does the emotional side of this, the part no one really talks about. I'm still rising, beauty over age, turning every tear into a brand new page. No more hard hiding, I've come full bloom. What's up to my favorite bunch of beauties? Welcome back to Beauty Over Age, where we talk about power, peace, and purpose after 40. I'm Denise, and today we're going deep on one of the most personal changes I faced in menopause: hair thinning. The first time I really knew something was wrong was in the shower. I was detangling, and when I rinsed, I saw more hair in my hands than usual. At first I thought maybe it's just shedding and it'll pass. But then I started to notice my crown, that spot right at the top of the head where fullness used to come easy. Now it was thinning, and I could see my scalp peeking through. That was extremely distressing for me because you can put on a cute outfit, you can do your makeup, you can carry yourself with confidence. But when you see thinning where there used to be thickness, it hits different. I tried to hide it. I tried different hairstyles, shifting my part, fluffing it out. I even bought those little powders, you know, the ones that look like brow powder, where you dab them into your scalp to make the hair look fuller. And for a while it worked. On camera, in pictures, maybe even in public. But at the end of the day, I had to take the powder off, take the style down, and face the truth in the mirror. My hair was thinning. And that wasn't just about vanity. That was about identity. That was about me trying to recognize the woman looking back at me. I am going, and it might be a little bit hard, and we will try to get this hair back together. I just washed it, so it's still wet. But first of all, here, I have like a chicken pox scar right here, so that's always been there. But it's like right up in this area, my hair is getting thin. And then you can see, like, you know how they say your part gets wider, and that's how you notice that your hair is thinning. That is how I noticed that my hair was thinning. And I excuse the little puff on the top, but I do things like I'm doing today, and you have seen this in a lot of my videos. I will put the scarf on. I mean, it's cute, and just have my hair a certain kind of way with the scarf on, and that's how I have been hiding it along with the powders. So, why does this happen? Why is hair loss and thinning such a big deal in menopause? Here's what I've learned, and it goes back to estrogen and progesterone, those two hormones that start dropping in perimenopause. They play a big role in keeping hair in its growth phase. That's why during pregnancy, some women notice their hair feels thicker and fuller. But when those hormones decline, hair doesn't stay in the growth phase as long. It sheds more quickly. Meanwhile, testosterone, the hormone that doesn't really decline as much, now has more influence. For some of us, that means thinning at the crowns or temples. For others, it may mean new hair growth in places we don't want, like the upper lip or the chin. I get them here all the time. It's biology, but it doesn't make it any easier. And menopause is not the only factor. Stress hormones like cortisol can trigger more shedding. Thyroid conditions, which are more common in midlife, can add to it. And even certain medications can play a role. So, if you've noticed changes like me, clumps in the shower, a thinning crown, a ponytail that feels lighter, know this: it is not in your head. It is not you being careless. It's your body responding to very real shifts. And now I want to talk about why this hits differently for Black women. Hair for us has never been just hair. It's history, it's resilience, it's creativity, it's pride. So when menopause shows up and suddenly your crown is thinning, your edges aren't as strong, and the fullness you're used to isn't there, it feels like more than a physical change. It feels like a loss of identity. For me, my crown thinning felt like a secret I wanted to hide. I tried the powders, I tried the styles, but I also felt ashamed that I had to. Because in our culture, edges and fullness are more than a look. They're tied to beauty, to femininity, to pride in how we show up. And when that's slipping away, it's not just about the hair. It's about visibility, about feeling erased. That's why I'm making this video, because I don't want us to carry this in silence. I don't want us to think we're the only ones. If you're experiencing this too, sis, you are not alone, but know that you are not less. So what do? While we can't stop menopause from changing our hormones, there are things we can do to care for ourselves during this season. Here's what I have been learning and practicing. The first one, gentle scalp care. Massaging scalp with oils, keeping it moisturized, and avoiding harsh treatments that stress the follicles. I have even sort of put together my own oil to do my massages with. I am playing around with like formulations right now. I may be putting this on my Beauty Over Age website. If I do, I will let you know. The next are protective styles. Choosing styles that don't pull, don't put extra stress on the crown or edges. Then there's nutrition. Leaning into foods that fuel the hair, especially protein, leafy greens, healthy fats, and drinking your water. And stress management, because when cortisol is high, shedding gets worse. Stress increases the cortisol. So try walking, journaling, or deep breathing, whatever helps regulate your stress. And lastly, sleep. Our bodies repair themselves when we sleep. Hair growth is part of that repair. I'm going to be honest with you. None of this has been a magic fix. My crown hasn't magically filled back in. But what it has done is help me to care for the hair I do have. And that care has helped me care for me. So here's the truth. I can't fully hide my crown thinning anymore. And maybe you can't either. But what I can do is redefine what beauty looks like for me in this season. Hair may thin, but my wisdom, my strength, my voice only gets thicker. I had to stop asking, how do I cover this up? And start asking, how do I honor myself in this moment? And that shift from hiding to honoring is where peace came from. Yes, I still use my powder sometimes. Yes, I still switch up styles to feel more confident. But now, when I face the mirror at the end of the day, I remind myself, my beauty is not limited to my crown. My beauty is in my presence, my purpose, and my power. If you're watching this and you've noticed your hair changing, your crown thinning, your ponytail shrinking, I want you to know, again, you are not alone. Share your story in the comments, because when we talk about it, we take away the shame. And if this video spoke to you, share it with another woman over 40 who needs encouragement. Also, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss more videos like this one. And hey, If these videos are helping you feel seen or supported and you want to show a little love, you can buy me a coffee. Just scan the QR code on the screen. It helps me continue to make content for women like us who are owning this season of life. Until next time, stay powerful, stay peaceful, and I will see you in the next video.